Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Not in My Lifetime podcast, episode 14. And it is a major one. It is a huge episode today. As you've noticed, we get into it. Alex isn't here. Skyver, it's his birthday. He's in Belgium. Obviously, the one week he actually was gone. But I'm sure he'll be in the chat at some point anyway. It's a big news, as you can all see on Twitter and all over social media. Last 2 or 3 hours, things have really gone down. But before we get into it, we'll say hello to Danny, of course. How you doing, Danny?
I'm not bad. How are you doing?
Very good, thank you. And a big welcome to our first guest on the channel, Tone. How you doing, mate?
I'm very well. Thanks for having me on, lads. I'll do my best to replace Alex. I probably won't do as good a job, but I'll certainly try. Thank you.
No worries, mate. No. Yeah. But stop planning about. Let's get into it. Let's get into biggest day probably other than Kdb Alvarez potentially leaving the club and all of the whole squad leaving the club as well, and all that kind of stuff. So the Premier League. In the league. Who'd have thought that would have happened? Out of nowhere. 115 charges here, left and right, and center, all of a sudden, bang. We're still Premier League on sponsorship stuff. I mean, when I first saw it, I was a mixture of surprise, but also not. I kind of knew it was kind of coming, but I always thought it was something we were done after charges were been sorted out. But clearly not. Clearly we're thinking, screw it, we'll go with both barrels. I mean, I'll start off with you, Tony. Obviously, you put out a tweet. I read the actual tweet of the article because I'm not reading the bloody Times or whatever it is. I'm just going to read a tweet about it. And I'm not playing that. And yeah, it kind of doesn't surprise me. I mean, the league's been like this for a while now, and it's been really putting off teams like Chelsea, Newcastle, and us, and other teams like Villa who want to come into it as well. So it doesn't surprise me. But yeah, what do you think about it all, mate?
Well, when I saw it, the very first, I was at work actually, and somebody said, "Oh, City is suing the Premier League," and my very first reaction was, "Oh Christ, right? I wonder if they've been found, guilty or whatever of the 115." And this was the next bit where City then go back and go, "Well, hang on a minute." And obviously, it's nothing really to do with this 115, not specifically. I don't know if there's any links. I was having a look at something Stefan said. I'm sorry, I can't remember his Twitter handle, but Blues know who he is. He's excellent with this sort of stuff, the legal side. Yeah, first and foremost, I'm proud of the club. That goes without saying. Finally, someone is stepping up because, and again, we've only just had this news, and I've literally rushed back from work and all the rest of it and skimmed the article and all that. So from what I can see, 10 to 12 clubs may also take legal action, I think I saw in the article. So City seem to be front and centre, as they always are. That might be because we're the best team at the moment, and obviously the main headline makers. If you put City in, it generates views, clicks, all that sort of thing. So I'm proud of the club for going after what is essentially in my view, and I know I'll have to put my tin hat on, the cartel-led Premier League. Yeah. Cartel pushing the Premier League, the red cartel, all the rest of it. We know the score, and City have had enough. And even though we're good, even though we're top of the pile, we're not going to put up with this shit. City are not going to put up with it. They'll fight, and if they lose this one, they'll fight another one. So to me, this is the start of many more battles between City and the Premier League, including the very, very big one, which should be resolved by Christmas time. So hopefully we'll all have a nice Christmas present as well in December.
Hopefully. I mean, quote Calhoun, will not use the diversionary tactics, something like that. I can't remember the quote. I mean, it's been a while since I've seen that. But it's true. Completely true. It's just that we have always been used, as a diversionary tactic to come up failure. I mean, look at United, for example. Yes, it won the FA Cup recently against us. Well done. Is it the second man on the moon? No one remembers the second man on the moon. The Derby final. So, it doesn't surprise me at all. So, it's just, it doesn't surprise me at all. That others are back because it's the amount of hatred towards us is crazy. We're actually making this league a lot more, more profitable and more watchable by how we're playing football. And yet you've got these red cartel clubs, Arsenal, Liverpool, United, I'm sure there are teams that I'm thinking of, Tottenham as well, probably, which was weird top ball team, but just getting involved, trying to cover up everything, and it just baffles me. Like it always has anyway, but it just the jealousy, jealousy of
Yeah.
one small team that no one cares about apparently. Yet you see the amount of tweets you see every day about us. You start sitting on Twitter and YouTube is mental. But
They
Danny,
don't
I mean,
care about us. They're obsessed with us.
Yeah.
exactly.
They don't care about us, but every single tweet will be about us. And we all know why financial fair play came out. It's because they're jealous of us and they wanted to stop us. And it
Yeah,
didn't
absolutely.
work.
No,
And now
never.
United have fallen so far behind us. And Arsenal are struggling to beat us. Liverpool struggled to beat us, apart from one season during COVID that nobody ever counts. And then
Nobody cares about anything.
exactly, like they can't keep up with City, so they're trying to push this whole 115 charges thing, which nobody can actually tell us what they are because nobody's seen them. The 115 charges come down to mainly free charges, don't they? Just multiple times.
Roughly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But still, like, no United fan can tell you what these free charges are.
No one can.
It's just
No one
jealousy.
can.
That's all it comes down to at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Big up section.
Oh, sorry, Luke. You go, mate.
Yeah, sorry. Before we go on, I just want to say big up section 20. I think he's right. There's a reason. It's I've been waiting for the interview from Khaldoon, but maybe there's a reason why we've been waiting for the interview. I mean, I reckon we'll get more. I reckon once the actual hearing's been done, we'll get the interview. But it doesn't surprise me. So go on, just bring it up. Go on.
No, I was going to say with Khaldoon there. I think people expect him to come out all guns blazing. What's that bloody film with Al Pacino in it? Oh Christ, mine's gone blank. When he gets the guns,
Scarface.
That's the one. Come out and go, we're bloody innocent. Bloody start firing his gun off on live on the City channel. He can say very, very little. So when this interview comes out, which I think is later this week, he will be very clear that he can say very little on an ongoing case, if it's even mentioned at all. So, look, we all want to hear it. We all want Khaldoon to come in and just go, fuck everybody and all the rest, all that sort of stuff. But it's not realistically going to happen. That's the Twitter.
That's Twitter handle, yeah. Big up Stefan, by the way. Big up Stefan. It's still with Simon Jordan on TalkSport. Bloody hell! I mean, can't remember anyone doing that. Fair play. Oh, it's just the way the Premier League have handled everything and the way they've sort of kind of stopped clubs from getting involved in things. I was watching LB stream just before we got on there, just of his little reaction to it. And what he was saying was exactly what I was thinking anyway. The fact that they've held back so many things of clubs being able to invest properly in their teams, which they allow them to spend more money on players, which actually helps out the actual prices of tickets and merchandise, which is why so much has gone up recently over years, because clubs can't invest properly because the Premier League have to monitor it, which is crazy. I never understood why I did it first. Like, obviously, it's illegal stuff, fair enough, but you should be able to manage the Premier League club, but be able to handle things by the letter of the law if needs be. But even so, what is the letter of the law, though? Like, what is the law in league size? Like, it's just so smoke and mirrors, this league, at times. I just don't really get it at all, really. I mean, I'm sure it won't be the case that happens. I'm sure there'll be other stuff going on. And if we do win this, there'll be a massive, probably a domino effect, I imagine, going on, which will be wonderful to see. But it's going to be.
That's what I think. I think the club will have been gathering evidence on everybody else. And that's why United and Liverpool have been pushing it against us, because they know they won't be clean either.
Yeah.
But they'll be shitting it if we win.
Oh, God. If we win, heads will.
If we've sort of got the attitude, if we're going down, we're taking you lot with us. And I fully support the club for doing that, because there's no way United are clean. Look at how much debt they've got. And they've still been allowed to run with all that debt. It makes no sense.
Oh, it doesn't surprise me at all. I mean, that's the Premier League for you. I mean, honestly, I've it's never jealousy, but it's like it's always funny how like United were able to win all their success without all these rules coming into effect. And look, fair enough, is what it is, but all the rule changes, what have they actually done anyway to actually benefit anyone? Nothing. It's just limited to teams. Like, yes, teams are meant to spend money, but FFP has practically ruined any kind of competition because now you've got to try and make back certain things and here and there. It's crazy.
It's completely, it's destroying Forest and Everton. Villa have sort of just got away with it. Newcastle have sort of got away with it. We just got money just before financial fair play came in. So we've sort of got away with it. But it just nullifies any other team outside the top 6 challenging for the title. Like Leicester's not going to happen again because nobody can afford it.
No.
Yeah, Villa might well come. I think they've got to sell someone, which it's the same as Newcastle. They're getting the Champions League and they've got to sell players and they can't quite afford, a 40-50 million pound player. But yet United can go and blow 95 million on Anthony and sit in the Europa League. It makes absolutely no sense at all. All the clubs that come up are restricted, so they can't. That's why the 3 that come up went down, or part of the reason. And then it's just balmy to me. It is City, United, City. Sorry, I shouldn't say City. Arsenal, Liverpool, and United versus. And I'm so happy that City are putting the foot down on this, and people will hopefully follow suit. Well, it sounds like at least half the league are going to jump in.
Yeah, it's just saying enough is enough. We just want all of this talk out the way. And if people still keep talking about it afterwards, we'll just sue you for defamation. Like, just take the fight to everyone.
You might as well at this point.
Go back to a couple of comments as well. I agree with Mike. If there was any truth in 115 charges, we wouldn't be bringing up this hearing.
Oh God, definitely not. No, I big up Mike. No, honestly, if we generally were at risk of being, look, at the end of the day, right, I know there's been rumors going around about whether we're guilty or not. Obviously, I've heard from Mark and you know, and obviously on different streams, but obviously it's not confirmation, obviously, because you can't prove that anyway. You can only hear what you can go off what they're saying. A lot of people don't actually get that sometimes with people who have links. Like, you got to remember this, guys. At the end of the day, right, we don't know like confirmation of anything yet. It's still up in the air, still not sure yet. It could be end this year, start of next year, depending on what we get, any confirmation. You just go off of what you hear and you hope for the best, basically. But if City would surely not go for this if they knew they could do it without it really causing effect on the 115. Like, if 115 generally was at risk, they wouldn't be doing this. They wouldn't be going for this as much.
Yeah.
And if we win this one, it sort of cancels out the case in November because they won't really have a leg to stand on. So City know that.
Yeah.
They wouldn't risk it at all.
No, I think the timing is very... it could be perceived as good news for City the way they've come in at this time. I mean, it's clear to say that this particular legal action is not linked to the 115 specifically. So if City win this, doesn't mean they've won 115. If City lose this, doesn't mean they're found guilty down the line. These two are separate things. Just from the article, again, from Stefan and all these people that know far more than I do, that is what I've gathered from that. So this is City on a completely separate note. But obviously, the elephant in the room is the 115, and you can't avoid that and make some kind of links, which is what the Times are doing. In their article, the headline is, this could affect the 115. This could be City getting away with it, essentially, in paraphrasing there. Really, they're not linked. They're not at all linked in any sort of sense. So, yeah, I just wanted to make that sort of clear from the stuff that I've read.
No, I mean, this is what I mean. I mean, the irrefutable evidence speech from Caldoon gives same here. If Caldoon didn't have the confidence in this, right, you wouldn't be hearing any of this at all. I mean, if we've been found, also if we've been found guilty, right, personally, I think this been out by now anyway. I think most of the actual, there'll probably been an actual reveal of what the actual, cases anyway. I mean, I imagine the case probably been sort of done anyway, or is it still going to go? I'm not sure what the narrative's about that. Is that actually is the case like meant to happen this year, or has it actually happened? I keep hearing weird different stuff.
the hearing is meant to take place November and last around 6 weeks, according to the Times, which will take you to around Christmas. So we should get some kind of update. I don't know full-on answer. I don't know how this all works before the end of the year, which I think is what's been reported elsewhere. I think Tommy said something, and a couple of others said by the end of the year we'll know what's going on. So hopefully we are a matter of months away before all this shit gets tidied up. I doubt it will. There will be something.
No.
Yeah, there'll be some.
Yeah, even when it's over, it won't be over.
Yeah.
Like if we're guilty, we'll just dispute it, and it'll go on for another year or two. And then if we win, nobody will see us as winners. They'll just call us cheats and that we've bought our way out of it. There's no end to it.
Yeah, no. You're absolutely spot on there. And I've mentioned this on other pods, is people tend to get upset with people that say, oh, well, City paid brown envelope anyway. They'll get away with it because if the envelopes come out, ignore what those idiots say. The only people that really matter are City themselves and other City fans. And if we are innocent or cleared or whatever you want to say, then we are innocent and cleared in the eyes of the independent commission or whatever they're called and those guys. And that's all that matters at the end of the day. If they're guilty, then we'll see what goes on from there.
I just think, why are you caring what another fan says things about your club?
Yeah.
Who cares? Honestly, at the end of the day, right, there's a thing called a block button or a mute button. You can't use it, because you try and comment on these people's posts, they will always find a way around it. It's like talking to a brick wall.
Yeah.
People who people who are that ignorant just don't bother talking to them. Honestly, like I say in life anyway, but just focus on the club and the fans around you who actually I know sometimes we always have differing points on different things, but we're all in agreement that we know our club. We know that. I know obviously the Super League was a whole different matter in itself, but that's a whole different point. Something like this, you back the club with this, because if we had done something wrong, then a fan will definitely call the club out and say, "What the hell are you doing?" But again, we trust the club knowing that we should have done things the legit way, or the way that people say it be, because otherwise, what are we actually supporting at this point if the club has been cheating? But then again, I'll have to ask though, in just us, that's the case. Because if you think your club is squeaky clean, you're a moron.
I was about to say, like, if City have cheated, that means other clubs have cheated as well. Like, no club is going to be clean, especially in the top six. Like, they've all got something to hide, and they don't want it to be made public. But City will make sure it's made public.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's also worth noting that if we get called cheats and all the rest of it, it's also worth noting though that Liverpool were the first team to fail FFP, which got swept under, and they sulked about it because of the new stadium and Gillette and Hicks and all that. Oh, boo-hoo. They failed financial fair play, so they've cheated. Proven. United have failed it. They've cheated as well. So but obviously City the best team, and the best team always gets attacked. United used to get attacked when they were winning everything and everyone hated them and all that. It's just our turn now. We're the best team by a bloody mile, on and off the pitch. Everyone copies us. You see, we're such cheats and all the rest of it that all the other teams are trying to copy what we do and pinch our staff.
Yeah, United are nicking all our stuff now because they want to be us.
Rada. Yeah, it's like, you got bloody Will Cox going off there. It's just like, seriously. Honestly, I just...
Sorry, mate, I was just going to say, the best thing about Barada is United fans say, oh, he had nothing to do with what you've been at. He was in charge of bloody sponsorship. Or he was part of it. Of course he bloody was. So City have done, he's done as well. Just ridiculous narrative. Social media, though, isn't it? We all love it, really.
I don't really get how giving Mancini an extra check under the table is going to be was cheating either. Like,
envelopes.
What's that got to do with transfers and buying the league? We've just given Mancini a little under the table bonus.
I mean, why would United, go for two important members of our staff in the past when they know they're both involved with the club at the same time the charges were going on? Because the thing is, you never actually get a response from these fans. They'll think, shit, business under the land anymore. Because if we're found guilty, You're actually colluding with us to get the staff off. It all falls in play here, so you can't get out of this. If United know what's going on, there's no way Ineos and Ratcliffe would hire someone without knowing what's going on with the charges and they're actually involved that deeply. Because Berardi was behind a lot of the invoices, a lot of the actual transfers himself, and all the Citigroup stuff. Do you really think that? Sorry, I'm just going to ramble here, but it just baffles me. It baffles me. These idiots that go on about say, oh, he wasn't involved. He was. He's part of the club.
If he's involved in finances, they're going to do cross checks and everything, aren't they? They're going to ask him, look, are City guilty in this area? Have you done something dodgy? And they'll check it, won't they? They'll get their own proof because to make sure that he's okay to bring into their club. So they're sort of destroying their own case just by hiring our staff.
It's amazing. Wouldn't it be not funny? It wouldn't be funny if City were guilty, but wouldn't it be funny if and then Berardi got absolutely destroyed as well as part of it? That'd be typical rags, wouldn't it? Just to go and appoint someone chief conspirator in all this stuff. That's what actually worries me more than anything else.
If we're going down, they're going with us. So it's kind of like
if we're going down, we're taking all those fuckers with us.
Yeah, exactly. If we're in the mud, you're in the mud. No one wins here. Anyway, no matter how many times
the Premier League won't win, because they
can't win
this happen. If we're guilty, other clubs are guilty, and the Premier League have been aware of it.
Yeah, they're bitten off more than they can chew. That's how it feels. Luke, do you mind if I just very quickly just say you've got that thing up there with Carrie? Yeah, Carrie supports me on sort of a few other shows and listens in. I just want to say thank you.
Be up, Carrie.
You're an absolute star. Thank you.
Yeah, big up, Carrie. No, it's like the corruption will run deep. Oh, trust me, they will. The thing is, if we win this and 1-5 we win as well, it's over. It is completely over. The Premier League, I think, as well, no, that Richard Martins has already gone out of the job anyway. Even no matter what happens, he's gone. His reputation is mud. There's no way he survives this. Scudamore as well in the past, or is he gone now? Scudamore, I'm not sure what's going on with. He's still there anymore.
Not sure.
No, but no matter what, they can't win this. The league will change forever, no matter the outcome. The league's going to change, and rules will want to change as well. Because honestly, if you generally feel like that, if we're going down, that's it. Premier League's back to where it was. Then, well, I'll have to say, mate, no, it won't. It will not, because people will be asking the question about other clubs, like Liverpool, United, thinking, all right, well, if City been doing it, what about you lot on the Fergie and the club? Because it won't be us, by the way. I know I said it before, but it's people need to think here. It's more than just us here. This is the whole English football as a whole that affects.
Yeah.
So, a big up.
Sorry, just going to say more and more clubs are going after the Premier League. Forest, okay, the way they went about it wasn't great. Leicester are throwing bombs. They're not even, well, they are now, but they weren't even in the Premier League and they're going after the Premier League. So now they're in there, they're going to go after them. More and more teams, there'll be 4, 5, 6, 12, 15, and eventually it'll just kick off. I don't know what is going on there. And that numpty Masters, I mean, he's going soon. There's no way he's going to be. He will be the fall guy. Whether he's the main one responsible, I don't know. But he's going to be the fall guy for all this, I suspect. And he's the one with the name everywhere and doing little interviews and things. So he'll get his comeuppance, I'm sure, at some point.
Big up Ginger Wig though. Sit down with October teams. Honestly, yeah. Oh yeah, big up as well. He's a big supporter of the channel, like Tony as everyone else is. Big support everyone in the stream, commenting, liking. We will appreciate it. We really do. We're all here together, chatting. Not just us. As City TV will be obviously Tony will be on there as well later on to discuss more. I think Martin's doing something later on. So yeah, everyone will be on this. Brilliant. And honestly, I hope we actually wipe the floor of Premier League and we all celebrate properly a massive stream, and just laugh at their expense. And we will be there. We will be doing that. Honestly, is the biggest comeuppance of all time. I mean, this could generally be like the whole FIFA scandal, as big as that when that happened. I remember where I was when that happened. You think corruption's only in FIFA? No, mate. No, there's more than that going on. So I tell you. But no, big up everyone in the chat though. We really appreciate it. So it's what I mean. Like it's all, you know, the amount of people that are appointed in the Premier League. That, you know, it's behind the scenes backhanders. It's all one big thing. Honestly, I just find it hilarious. But there we.
And everything's done to protect the big three: United, Liverpool, and Arsenal. Maybe Chelsea, but everything they do, United have a connection to everybody, don't they? Every big name in the companies, they're involved in everything. They don't have a leg to stand on if we win.
No, no one does. No one does, mate. The League Two will be fun. Yeah, well, if we're in League Two, bring it on. I don't care where we are. Conference League, National League. So, mate, we'll all still be here. We'll all still be here.
Yeah.
And by the way, right, even if we do go down there, you think we're going, that's it. The Premier League will actually be on fire still. No matter what's happening, it's a big explosion going on here. No matter what happens. So
yeah,
go on. Sorry.
No, sorry, I was just going to say Haaland, he's a League Two player anyway, like somebody said earlier. So he'll be fine in that league, earning 500 grand a week, no problem at all.
He can finally prove himself in League Two.
Yeah, exactly. Roy King will just say he's a conference player. Oh, well, relegate us again then. You know, look, people keep saying, oh, what happens if we get relegated? You know, if they're absolutely nailed to the wall and all that, then we're still fans of the club. Do you know what I mean? We're never going to change that. And this is another massive thing. We have lived the moments, no matter what happens, we have lived the Champions League. We have lived the Premier League success, the best team ever. Just because some numpty at the Premier League's doing whatever, we will never, you know, we will always have those memories and have lived those moments. That never changes. So if Liverpool turn around and say, oh, well, we're owed a couple of Premier League titles, it means nothing. We won them. We've lived it. We lifted the trophy. No matter what happens here on, we have had those moments, and that will never change. That's what life's about, these moments.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. Yeah. It's not going to take anything away from me.
No.
I'm still going to go. I'm still going to love the club. I don't think we're guilty, but even if we are, it's not going to take anything away from me.
Yeah, spot on.
Oh yeah, trust me. That picture of the three, I think Kroenke, the Glazers. I can't remember who else it was as well. But that picture, right? I saw that. I thought, it doesn't surprise me. Never has surprised me. You really think, right? These clubs don't talk to each other.
Yeah, the American owners, they're all in it together.
Oh God, yeah, they're out for dinner every 5.
Come on, man! Like, you got to use your brain here. Like, seriously,
they can't even pretend to hide it, can they? Like, it's so obvious that they're all working together and they're trying to influence the other teams in the league against us, just because they're jealous and they're falling behind.
Well, it's history, isn't it? They think, you know, they were at the top, so they belong at the top. They are.
Yeah, they think they're entitled to win it every season.
Correct, mate. So. No,
football's a cycle. Sometimes you're good, sometimes you're not.
Well, Liverpool are only up there because they got taken over in the 70s by Littlewood's money. United only turned up in the 90s when the Premier League started because they got a shitload of money for it, and they have more money than everybody else. It's not rocket science. All this stuff. All the top teams have huge resources. Ferguson had more money than anybody, which is why he won the most. You know, they had the biggest backing, and Liverpool had the biggest backing before that, which is why they dominated decades. And then somebody else, obviously one of the new boys, comes along. Chelsea come along, didn't they, for a bit? Oh, well, they're still about, obviously, and then City have come along and just ripped up the rule book, completely owned pretty much every record going. And it upsets the top odds because Arsenal, who were one of the first ones to put a letter out there to complain about City, by the way, with the letter I'm sure we've all seen, they're upset because, quite simply, Arsenal think they should be at the top. They should be winning all this stuff, or at worst, Liverpool or United, no one else is allowed.
Yeah, because they can't win it on the pitch. They think if they just remove the opposition, they'll automatically win it. But it doesn't work like that.
Exactly
I mean,
right.
all 3 years, honestly, big reflection. It was. If you generally think, right, this has been a recent thing. Throughout football history, there's been stuff going on behind the scenes. Just brand envelopes, honestly, I'd be quite surprised. I'd be surprised. There's a whole big scandal going back to the very start of football when money was involved. Because look at F1, look at all the sports like wrestling, boxing. It is completely full of it. It is full of it. Like people just don't want to admit it's the truth or not. It's just, and it's just, yeah. I just find it hilarious. All people being so naive and so blindsided by it, or when the fact, yeah. It's just,
at the
it's just
highest level of any business, it's always going to have corruption at the top.
Yeah.
When there's that much money involved, and there's so many rules to follow with financial fair play and all that nonsense, there's always going to be corruption and things being swept under the rug, like in any sort of business area. And that's what football is now. It's a business.
Because Tony, aren't you going on a podcast? Aren't you at some point? I'm not sure when that's going to be, but it's soon, isn't it?
Which one? What Snobby Boys one?
Yep, Snobby Boys. Yeah.
It's on the 16th. I'm going to say 7 p.m. our time. They'll correct, I'm sure, if they do now. But I think it's 7 o'clock on the 16th. Yeah, looking forward to it. It should be good. Thank you.
Big up Colby and Joe, by the way. It's a good show. I think they're doing one with Steve as well at some point, so that'll be good. But big up. Obviously, big up all the comments, by the way. We love them. Everyone's tuning in, chatting away. Honestly, it's good. It's probably one of our biggest streams I've had, I think, ever. So it's good to have everyone on board. Trust me, we'll do plenty more show. Being big up Ruther. 25 stream if not guilty. Honestly, I might do it. If we're not found guilty, I will be here. Probably with Danny and Alex. Yeah, anyway, anyone wants to come in and join us at that time, feel free.
Everybody on.
Everyone, full server. Just honestly, I will not be. Everyone will be having a laugh that day. Everyone will be having a laugh.
I think I've said with LB, I'm going on his. I'm opening a bottle of champagne in the morning in the garden, live on his show. Just going to go.
We'll just combine forces. Everybody's podcasts come together.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that, absolutely.
Yeah. Like I said a couple of weeks ago, Avengers moment. Perfect for that.
Yeah.
We got Brixie as well. Obviously, a big support. I think on with you, I think one on Luke's show was a few days ago. But yeah, a big up Luke, by the way. He's another supporter of the channel as well. I'm really pleased he's doing well on his own channel. I think I'm on Saturday on the quiz show, so that'll be good. Look forward to doing that. That'll be a lot of fun. Whatever happens there, I'm sure a lot of beer, a lot of chat. Good. Big up section again. Comment a lot. So I've old enough to remember Littlewood's money. Yeah, as you just mentioned. Ormond Edwards dying investigation being dropped to Graham. See, obviously I wasn't born around then, but I've looked at it myself personally. So I know most of the stuff from research myself, and yeah, it's rife. It's absolutely rife of backhanders and that kind of stuff. And the whole financial fair play. It's just like, come on, man. It's just laughing.
There's nothing fair about it. It's just there to keep the big teams at the top, keep the little teams below them, so they have no chance of challenging. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just, yeah. I mean, the thing is, it's just our league though. So most leagues, isn't it? I mean, the big teams have the big say. I mean, in La Liga, you got Madrid, Barcelona, and Atletico, getting the big share of the pie in that. It's just, and the thing is, I guarantee you, these lot want that to happen for them. They want the money, most to go to them. I don't want the massive millions they make from Sky Sports and TNT and all that kind of stuff. You go towards the other teams. Like Southampton got £140 million from being Leeds in the playoff final, I think.
Yeah.
Or somewhat. Yeah. So they don't want that to happen. They don't want that. They don't want that to happen. They want all the money to go to them because they face the league. When in reality, everyone wants the league because the league is so competitive. I've the Premier League, despite everything going on, has been one of the most competitive leagues I've watched in the last few years. Just seeing Villa up there, Newcastle up there a year ago. It's nice to see these teams at Palace recently on the Gladstone. Incredible to watch with Wharton, Elise, Eze. It's good football to watch. And I want these teams like Southampton, Leicester, and like to compete as well. I want more teams to be in there and having a chance, having a fair go at it, because it makes the league more competitive and makes other teams like us as well want to get better and improve ourselves. It should be
definitely.
about. It's just so backwards from probably top three. Well, top three, mid three now, more like now. But yeah, it's just I find it really like backward. Like these fans would go at us making the league like that less competitive. Yet we're not actually ones inciting competitive. We want other teams to get involved. Like I can't really do that. It's actually important to have the league in this when. The league doesn't actually care about you. They care about their own background, their own money. They want more money invested into their pockets. It's all about money. It's never been about the fairness of the league. They just want the league money to increase more and more. So more investment and all that. Yeah. It's all lies. It's all lies and deceit. It always has been. I just yeah. And so
It's true.
It's just like, and you know, talk about outspend during exactly. Like, is this what I mean? Like, it's just negative net spend. Who cares about net? It's the most. Why are fans bantering each other about net spend? Who cares about that? Like, it's like money. It's about players, not about the. Oh my god! I'm not a lawyer firm here. Not bloody suits.
It's like when Liverpool sold Coutinho and they were still spending that money for 10 years. They hold on to the net spend thing like it's a trophy because they're not winning anything else.
Yeah, net spend's just an excuse for failure. The only ones who really use it are the ones that have underachieved. And I don't know what point he's even making there. I don't know.
If you've got a better net spend, it's because you're selling your better players to better teams, and they're going on to win trophies because you're not winning them. That's all it is when you have a higher net spend. We don't have a high net spend because we keep hold of our players and we win.
Yeah, pretty much. Big part of Tone's house. Well, yeah, to be fair, I live not far from Tone, so yeah, for now. I'll bring the boost.
I tell you, there's about 30,000 people coming to this party because I put one out saying, "Oh yeah, when we win, it's party around mine." And I think people are taking it bloody literally. Someone said, "Can I help them with an airfare to get over so they can join for the party?" I was like, "Blood, hang on a minute."
It's actually happening, guys. I've got the facilities that, mate. Bloody hell.
I know I'm not going to be giving out my address. There'll be literally thousands of bloody people like that. Marie doesn't even know, so I don't think she'd be too impressed.
Oh, bless. No, man. No, not doing that. Honestly, Mike, Alex will need 24 hours. Honestly, the 1 week he's away, he's missing. Next week, he'll be here to talk about it himself. Trust me, I have a lot to say himself. But your message thing's got a few things to say anyway. So I'm sure we'll have quite a big podcast on that anyway.
It's never a quiet week with City, is it? We'll never get rid of the typical City thing. Even when the season's over, we think we'll have a break for a bit. Yeah, it's not over.
Man.
It normally kicks off just as I'm going in the cinema because then you've got to have your phone off. And I always tweet out saying, "We'll buy someone in the next 3 hours. Go and watch Oppenheimer." And I walk out, we've signed someone.
It's like, guys, come on. You want my own life, please. That's all I want to do. No doing that. Let's do this. Fine. It's club, right? I love it. Honestly, at times, I have it now. Can't stop now. Can't stop now. Honestly, yeah, they actually did. They got lucky. We actually look back here, right? I mean, the league in '92 compared to 90. The fact that Blackburn won the league was quite shocking in itself that they actually managed to compete that as well. But United, right? It's always been like jealousy because they hate that other teams are now beating them. Their titles they deserve. The thing is, the reality is that they got lucky at times. That should be the team with the money. So I'm not sure what they're actually moaning about. And yeah, it's just honestly, it's hypocrisy. It's hypocrisy. And that's all over Twitter anyway. I've had a look earlier just now when he was talking, and just the amount of tweets about us is just crazy. We're scared.
Yeah, but isn't it also funny that a United fan feels he has to come onto a City pod? I'd never jump on a United fan pod and never would, no matter what's bloody going on.
No.
We're in everyone's head. They wake up thinking of Pep. They go to sleep thinking of the number 115. They wake up, they go, Pep, what's Pep? Oh, shit. Get on my day at work. And then they come home, they're laid in bed going 115, please. Like 115 sheep going across the bloody head, trying to get themselves to sleep. It's absolutely
just focus on your own teams. Like,
yeah,
seriously.
how shit they are, sat in bloody 8th with a £1 billion squad. Your next spend isn't good now, is it? You can have the 90s. How about your next spend these days and where you're sat in a bloody league, you fool? Sorry.
Honestly, it's just honestly, I just find it hilarious, and the thing is it going to stop? By the way, this won't stop. You honestly, I don't watch any of these guys anyway because they just chat rubbish anyway. But you think all the usual lot on that certain guy who's a Forest fan, I imagine probably saying, oh, Sticky cheat. I don't mention his name because we all know who it is, but. He's the biggest, and I just want to tell you honestly, is well, as soon as you start saying about stop quotes, I did that myself because it just gives him attention.
Yeah,
mention.
Yeah,
right,
I was just going to say he's very. I'll give him credit. He's very smart. He must be because he's making a living out of it. So I give him credit for the fact that he says the things that rile people up. I see Everton fans and so on always read, look at this meltdown he's had because United lost. He's not melting down. He's kicking his chair and throwing his screen about because he knows these other people who do it, will retweet going, this is bloody hilarious watching him. He's really going, I don't really give a shit because I support Forest anyway, but this gets me clicks, views. That's what he's all about, clicks and views. People fall for it. It's their business. They can do what they want, but it's bizarre to me. I don't get it.
Yeah. Big up the 1,000+ people watching over YouTube and Twitter. Honestly, This is incredible. Thank you so much. Honestly, it's great. So obviously, we're not done yet. We'll probably go on to everyone leaving the club, which is going to be fun. And because I mean, seriously, the way it's going in Conference League with no players, brilliant.
We'll still win it, mate. We'll still win it. No worries.
Yeah. Or if you in goal, me in defence, the Damon Field, we're just hands on the pitch. Oh man, but yeah. But honestly, big up everyone. Obviously, being in the stream, really appreciate it. Thanks very much for all the likes, comments, and so far on the stream. Big up everyone. Big up everyone in the community who also do videos, podcasts. We're all together here. Yeah, we're not separate and in beef. We're all together, pulling each other, backing each other, obviously, and on spaces and podcasts, and it's just brilliant. Thank you very much, guys. Honestly, thank you. But let's now get into the transfer side of it now. We've done the bit about the bloody legal stuff, and I'm sure we'll go into that more in future episodes when we get more news on it. But let's go into everyone leaving the club. Ederson wants to leave. Stones might leave. Alvarez might go to Madrid. De Bruyne might go to Saudi Arabia. It's an absolutely bloody mental. Absolutely. And all of it taken out of context as well. Like, no one's left yet. And we're all going on like, oh, let's go. And also the Mbappe thing. Oh, my God. The meltdown I've seen in the fan base. Oh, my God. Guys. What do you want? Like, we've won everything. I'm not saying I still want to win stuff. Of course I do. I still want to win, Champions League again, win it back next year, FA Cup. All of course I do. But you got to realise here, sadly, it's not career mode. You can't just go into an office and say, here's the money I've got in this virtual account and buy the player. It ain't that simple, mate. And I think I'll speak a little bit as well, but I just want to sort of say, guys, just chill out. It's like 4th of June. We haven't got the window opening properly yet. All it is around is rumours, which of course they're going to be rumours because it's transfer season. Everyone's going to be saying everything now. Just chill, see what happens, and hopefully we'll get players in. I think some will leave, some will come in, but I think we'll get players in. And we've got a big player in Haaland. That's sure enough for you, surely. Anyway, I'll let you guys get on with it, but honestly though, Tone, the Kevin De Bruyne story. Of course.
Kevin De Bruyne, yeah, it's interesting because it's quotes, isn't it? Which I read earlier on, and yeah, look, it's not really news. I don't think particularly. We know there's interest there. They will pay enormous sums. I think there'll probably be a huge bid in shortly. That wouldn't surprise me. Based on those quotes, just to test the resolve, and then if they offer, and I'm purely using an example here, just say around 80 million, 100 million, 120, whatever it is, £1 million a week for De Bruyne, it's head turning. And people say, oh, well, he's earned enough. How much does he want? It's life changing,
Generational.
Yeah, spot on. Generational change in money. And no matter what anybody says, it is head turning. You've got to at least think about it, and I think that's what De Bruyne's saying. Is you have to look at this. You have to look at this option as a family. Myself as a footballer, my age. So I didn't really see any news in there, but there is a chance he'll go. I would still side that he'll stay and extend another year, maybe two. But it's definite interest. It is legit interest for sure, absolutely for sure. But I still think he'll stay.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. It's he's human at the end of the day, isn't he? And when someone offers you that much money, it does get your attention. Even if I'm 100% certain that De Bruyne is happy here, he's comfortable here, his kids are happy here. So I don't think he'll want to leave. But if you get offered that much money, you will think about it because he's in his 30s now. He's not going to play for too much longer. So you might as well get a decent paycheck at the end of it if you do leave. But I don't think he will.
Yeah, I agree.
No, I'm the same. I think for me, right, if we were to get like a £100 million offer from them, I would probably look at thinking, I love De Bruyne so much. I think he's probably my favorite player in the club's history, personally. I mean, I've been that fan for like many years, but I've seen the Stephen Irelands of the world before we got to that level. But I just think if Kev has an offer on the table that gives his family a lot more, stability, even more than what they're on right now, and he wants to go and he feels like he's done enough for the club, fair play. Because look, the guy owes us nothing now. He's been arguably our best ever player. Say about Silver and all that, fair enough. That's debating itself for another day. But when you see what he's achieved with this club and the decorum he's had and the respect he's had, the love he has for the city and the club, I can't fault that or say anything. People would sort of say things like, guys, you need to realise it, right? A tabloid can take things out of context and amplify it more to sort of get the clicks. You've got to read between the lines. He's got to think about it. He's 33 this year. Like the guy like Modric and Kroos. Look at them. They're older than him, but Kroos is retiring, which I'm surprised if he's retiring. But he could keep going for a couple of years minimum. But Modric is like 37 years old. He's a 1 year at Madrid. But these players don't have to run a lot. They can just use their ability on the ball to make up for it. If Kevin's there longer, brilliant. I'll happily have him here for even longer because honestly, his ability to beat anyone on this day, even Madrid, with Mbappe and all that, I'm sure next year as well. But I will respect him whatever he decides to do because he actually has, he has respect of the whole fan base. Everyone loves him, and he won't lie to the club either or the fans. If he gets for that views and he wants to leave, fair enough. But I think he'll stay. When he does leave, or MLS or Saudi chooses to do it, wish him all the best.
Yeah,
100%. Just to echo what you said, he's done more than enough for the club. If one day he decides, right, that's it, I'm going to hang up my boots or I'm going to move to Saudi for a paycheck, I'll just respect any decision he makes because he's done more than enough for us. So whatever makes him happier, whatever makes his family happier, do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I mean, I think as well. I mean, I think we've also got to look at it as well. I'm sure I've been seeing your tweets, Ted, about the whole Musiala and Wirtz thing. I think you are right. I had a feeling this would happen. It would happen anyway.
Yeah,
people got to realise, right, that getting Musiala is as simple as just going over to Bayern and getting him. Now, if that was that simple, I'm sure City would have gone for it by now. But you've got to realise, right, the club have got to be careful now on who they bring in because they can't go by any old attacking midfielder. Because look, Paquetá's done. That ain't happening anymore. Depending on what happens with the case and when that's resolved, that's done now. That is in the bin. Just forget about that now from now on. The club have got probably because look, Phil Foden's his own player. He's for me a David Silva replacement long term anyway. Since David Silva left the club, the Kevin De Bruyne replacement is even harder because to get someone as good as him, well, no, you won't get anyone as good as him. Actually, let's call it what it is. You have to get someone who's younger that can grow into that kind of player, and that's why we've got to look at it.
You have to change our style of play.
Oh, okay.
He's gone.
Oh, there he is. Hold on. Bring him back. Sorry, people. There he is. He's back now. He's back. Go on, carry on.
What did you hear? What did I say?
Style of play change. Go on.
Yeah, if we get rid of De Bruyne, or if De Bruyne leaves, you won't get anyone else of that quality in that position. You'd have to change the style of play with whoever else comes in.
Yeah.
Like, he's not the sort of player you can just replace. The same way we've never replaced Aguero or Silva or company. You change the way that you approach things. You change the way you play. It's not going to be the same when De Bruyne leaves.
Yeah.
The same with Pep. Everything's going to change, but hopefully we keep up that competitive part of our game.
Yeah, just to say with my tweet last night, which I did get a bit of flack for, but it was based on, I'm always ranting about this now, about squad numbers. And people sit and go, oh, Tone's off again. Oh, he's off again. For Christ's sake. That will send people to sleep as well as the 115 sheep. But I'm always banging on about squad numbers. Sorry, just to jump ahead a little bit. And we have, right, we'll put Savio in there and we'll say we have 22 players. Mm-hmm. That does not include Phillips, Cancelo, McAtee. They're all out. They're going.
They're going.
There's 22 players. That includes Gomez, so he's probably going to go. So we'll say 21 with Savio. Now, to buy players, we still need to sell because I know people say, oh, there's more games next year. If the match day squad can only be 20, you can't have 25, 26 players of the level of the first 20. And people go, well, there's injuries, suspensions. Okay, so if you have 2 or 3, there's still 3 or 4 players by this logic that are just sat in reserves waiting for De Bruyne to break down or Haaland to get an injury. Oh, I'll jump in then. You'll have a bloody player like, Ruben Diaz sat in reserves or, 1 week Kovacic who's won multiple trophies. It just doesn't work like that. There are more games, but I listed 9 players from that 20 that will definitely want more game time next season. Rico, Bob, even Kovacic, John Stones didn't play all the time, even when he was fit. You've got Ake will probably want a few more games. Doku, Grealish, there's loads of them. All those, that is when they come in and when Pep can mix it up a bit more with those players. I'm not saying don't add anybody, but the people that are saying, 4 or 5 signings, we need a squad of 26 to tackle these games, it's simply not going to happen.
No, you won't. People need to remember that. Like, I think for me, if I was doing an ideal window, right? Obviously, if things were to go our way, I'd get 3 players in person anyway. I mean, maybe 4 if someone's available. But if everyone was available this summer, I'd have got Musiala, Frimpong, and probably Bruno or someone else in that midfield. But maybe a winger. If Rodrigo was available, trust me, I'll be going for him. But
yeah,
I've got to see how that goes in Madrid. Give it a year at Madrid. Let's see who wants to leave. Chirmani, Camavinga, go in. Because no matter what that squad, they're good enough to play for us as well. So I think we've got to be patient on that front, though. We've got to remember, you got to see how that Mbappe goes into that. Because bear in mind, people think that's going to be some sort of slam dunk. Not necessarily.
Yeah.
Kylian Mbappe's got an ego. I think it'll be fun with certain players, but for me, it's going to depend on how Bellingham, Vinicius Jr., Rodrigo, everyone around him, Brahim Diaz as well, obviously on the bench as well. It's going to depend on how these players are. The player as well was a good player as well, very, very talented player.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot of change going on there this summer at Madrid. And people got to realise it, right? Just because you want a sign to feel good doesn't mean you're going to get it. Like Musiala, I think for me, if he does want to leave, I think he'll go to us. Personally, I think he's that kind of player where he come in, him and Foden are around similar age, maybe a bit younger for Musiala. We're both a lot up together, but you got to remember, right? It's not as cut and dry as going to go and get him. You got to think about the long term of the squad. Pep as well. Pep might be leaving next season or whatever it's to do. There's a lot of change going on. There's a lot of change going on here, left, right, and centre, and it's why I'm thinking with transfer rumours, I'm kind of like until I see proper conclusive evidence of what we're doing something, I might probably believe it. Because I mean, Guimaraes, I'm hearing a few stuff here and there about it. I mean, I know we're looking at release, but again, I'm not sure whether that's actually going to happen or not. Are we going to do that or not? And I don't know. It's still a lot of hoo-ha, but I'm sure we'll imagine soon. But again, it's City. It can happen at any moment with us. Out of nowhere, boom, release clause paid, and so we'll see what happens. But I mean, Tony, I was going to ask you specifically about Bruno. I mean,
Yeah.
I know you as well. Is that going to happen, do you think? Or do you think it will be a long, drawn-out process?
Bruno G?
Yeah, sorry, Guimaraes, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
We don't want Fernandes in this club.
Oh, God, no. Oh, God.
Keep him out.
That I might go and support someone else. That's the only reason I ever would.
No, we don't let rats in the Etihad.
Yeah. Bruno G, I think it's not going to be resolved like this week, or well, I hope it is, but I doubt it. City are still in for him. I think that's been reported a few places as well today. I talked with Mancunian Way Martin, sort of away from Twitter as well. I know he is bits and bobs, top bloke, top channel. So, yeah, we are definitely still in, but we're not the only ones. I know there's reports Arsenal won't pay the fee, the 100 mil. There's reports City won't pay the fee. I've not heard that other than what was in that article, and I'll be honest, I don't remember where that was sourced. But City is still looking at Bruno G, but it's whether they go formal and get this deal done. It's just a big question. Do I think we'll get him? It's tough to answer. I'd slightly favour yes, because I think City perhaps need him more than anybody else at the moment. Someone who can help the Rodri drift between the 6 and 8. So I hope we get him. We are still in for him, but it's a real tough one to know if we'll get it over the line.
I say it probably depends on Bernardo, to be honest.
Yeah, that as well.
Possibly. I think Bruno. They've got to sign him if they're going to, realistically, within the next 4 weeks, or around that. I think. If we get to the 1st of July and it's not done, you can forget it. It's not going to happen. Newcastle have made it very, very clear to anybody interested. You pay the fee release, not a penny less. And if you haven't by that date, he stays. And that is absolutely within their right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes,
and
it's simple.
I think
Sorry, Luke.
Yes, I just think what we got to do here, I think, as the club is realise that. I think, look, I think there's Bruno and also as Kimmich as well, because obviously he's looking at us as well. But what obviously was it Tommy put out a tweet? Was Sunday about that? Obviously, his advisors are looking at it, but it's kind of like they want to know if Pep's staying longer the next year. Now, people got to realise this, right? The club will still be here, no matter if Pep's here or not. And there's another point I'm going to make here as well. Be prepared for a drop-off no matter what happens. Or drop-off if Pep goes. I mean, obviously Pep will be here. It's still be at a level. But people got to realise here that club at the end of the day is big enough now to be able to track anyone. We're that good now. So I'm not worried at all about if Pep decides to go or not. At the end of the day, whatever happens. I'll still be here supporting the team, as you two. But we've got to realise here that I think the club have got to know what they need. They've got to be able. If they're going to pay us money, they have to be sure. They have to be sure about it. Because this is £100 million again, like Grealish. Bang, you got the player. Well, obviously negotiations, but if we go for this is who we're going to be sort of having for what next? How many years contract? Well, have to pay obviously on the contract, but this is who we're actually going to be relying on to help Rodri out. And I think, by the way, he's a very, very good player. By the way, top player. I love Bruno Guimaraes, but we've got to be sure about this. This window's big in terms of who we get in, because obviously we've got Savio coming in, we've got Puma, Steve. I mean, them two next year are going to be great. I mean, Jack Grealish, by the way, yesterday played very well against Bosnia. It looked like he was really up for it yesterday. I'm wondering whether that
he made a massive difference yesterday, Grealish, when he came on.
I think he'll be hungry for it next year as well.
Assist and helping create the third goal, he made a massive attacking difference.
He's hungry, which is brilliant for us. So the winger options are going to be great next year. Obviously, another one going to be great. I mean, it depends if we need Bob again or not. But I mean, I think the Bob Rico thing is more of a towards August kind of thing. I doubt we'll get any on that until we players are out, like more first team, if anything. But I'm sure we'll know more.
I think they'll go out if we bring players in. If we bring
exactly.
players in those positions, they'll go out on loan. But it's a shame for both of them to go out on loan, I think.
Oh, sorry, Danny, you're going to say.
That's all right. But I was just going to say, right back should probably be a priority. And if Lewis is leaving, then we definitely need a right back.
Yeah, I was only going to say that Rico, Bob's not going anywhere. Rico, I very highly doubt it. But me and another chap, I mentioned him earlier, Bob's not going. I'd be amazed if either go. I mean, we're talking about keeping a firm squad. Those are the sort of players that can drift in and out the team and will be probably happy a bit more time, but to drift out, play the odd game. I would be absolutely staggered if either of them two go. It would amaze me. That's obviously not to say it can't happen, but I would be amazed.
People forget
neither of them played that much towards the end of the season, because they absolutely deserve to. So hopefully they do get more game time and they don't go out on loan.
People forget that Reeves' goal against Palace was crucial in that away game. Like, remember, it was 1-0 down. De Bruyne got the goal, but Rico's goal doesn't happen. It's going to be a tough second half. So, and obviously Bob's goal with Newcastle, them two have played a big part of the league season. So you've got to remember, like, it won't be a simple, all right, you both are gone. Like, McAtee's gone. McAtee make it. So, I mean, it's a shame. I like him, but we've got to be real here. He won't. And I will delap, by the way. I mean, both of them are good players in their own right, but they both need to be playing football first team consistently, and they won't get it here, sadly. It is what it is.
He might be going to Chelsea from what I've seen.
I'm not sure about that one, personally, but
I don't think he's that level yet. But
because Palmer was always that level or near that level anyway.
I didn't rate Palmer that highly, to be honest, but he's obviously shown his ability and he is proving himself now.
Yeah, he's surprised.
The same could go for McAtee. McAtee was in a poor Sheffield United team, if we're being honest. So he didn't really get the chance to shine in that team because the rest of them let him down.
Yeah. I think like anything, I think like everyone wants players in. I think what it is, right, is people just want players in. But the problem is, you got to realize, right, we're only in June, just start of June. But we haven't even got into probably like on, before pre-season yet. Like, we're still way off that, obviously, before the Euros. Remember, the Euros is on as well, which is going to be difficult for us to get, that's like a lot of the big players that we want at Frimpong might be going, obviously at the Euros for the Netherlands. It's a big tournament. He'll be focusing on that.
I think any signings coming in will be done after the Euros. So I don't think...
And also, Copa America as well. Sorry, gone. But yeah,
that's right. I was going to say that as well, the Copa America and whatever other competitions are going on. I think anything will be done until those are ended.
Yeah, remember as well, the transfer window doesn't open for 10 days. 14th of June it officially opens. So, I'm intrigued to see City go. But I'll be honest, and I'm saying this I've mentioned Martin a couple of times, and LB, I think. I said to both of them, I don't think it'll be that busy. I know people are saying 4-5-6 in, out, all this and stuff. Yeah, we will see Cancelo, Phillips, all them. They're all going. McAtee probably. But I just don't see the need for this mass influx of... Now, look, if De Bruyne goes, there has to be a signing. There has to be a top. Then I'm on board with the go out and go and splash on Wirtz and Musiala if you get 100 odd million for De Bruyne. all on with that. But what I'm saying is when I always make this point, it's the squad as it is now because no one's gone. So if Bernardo and De Bruyne go, which is possible, it is possible, then go out and go nuts. No worries with that at all. But until that happens, that's why we say outgoings have to go first. So it's about balancing the squad, going for the right players, like you said. But I just see De Bruyne staying. Bernardo may well go, but I just don't personally see De Bruyne going, even with the head turning money. Him and his family call Manchester home. They have done many a times in the media and stuff. I just don't see them going. Maybe that's more in hope.
Yeah, that's what I think. I mean, to remember everyone in here, I think, especially people on Twitter who are just overreacting, remember, just chill out. Look, the Mbappe deal will happen no matter what. That happened like 3 years ago, but because he kept pissing about with PSG, it took 3 years to get there. I mean, anyone is surprised that deal was happening, you're an idiot, or you're under a rock for like 4 or 5 years. He was always going to go to Real Madrid. That was a given. So for me, right, I'm like, focus on the club itself, right? Us buying a massive player doesn't. It's obviously good, but it's not, what we desperately need. We need players around the whole squad. That's what we're here for. We need the squad to be backed up a bit more. I think last season, towards the game, we were a bit on our arse a bit at the end. I think obviously got the 4 people, which was great, but the FA Cup final, we looked out of it. I think we were knackered, heads were gone. I think it wasn't the same team of the year before that. I want to get all 3. I think we need to get a better in, of course, but don't buy any old player. Make sure we keep the ones that, like Savio has a big chance to prove himself, obviously in America, which is very exciting to see him play for us. But whoever we do get in, have patience. It's going to be another new team, another new setup, whatever it's going to be. Just trust the club.
Yeah.
Trust the club that whoever we get in, it's the right players. Because I think next summer's the big window. I think this summer's more of a change up a little bit, tune here and there. Next summer, when certain players might be out of contracts, we might be looking at bringing a player. But that's me personally. I know everyone might have a different opinion. But in the next couple of years or so, we'll be a whole different team. Be a whole different team.
Yeah, definitely. Because I don't think Walker's going to stay further than next summer.
No.
So, right back. We need 2 right backs, really. One to replace Walker and one to be back up. Whether that's Lewis or not, we'll see.
Yeah, Lewis and Akanji sort of goes out there, doesn't he? I think it feels like a massive 12 months coming up with this thing that's just suddenly kicked off today, the 115, Pep going, all these players that are out of contract. You've got to remember John Stones is out in 2 years. He's only playing 50%, in fact, 45% of games, I think. He's 2 years, he must be on a couple of hundred a week. So he's one they've got to look at. Haaland's coming up. I'm missing Edison, obviously. That's a biggie. He's absolutely, in my view, irreplaceable. Edison must not go under any circumstances. They're just going to have to.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Put their hand in the pocket with that one, because he's actually. Someone was telling me on another show he's one of the lowest paid keepers or something, or certainly of the top teams. He should be number one. He is unbelievable goalkeeper. So it feels like a huge year ahead for City across the board. Everything in a year's time, like you just said, I think the club will feel and look different for sure by the end of next summer. I think it will look and feel very, very different, possibly in a positive way. I'm not saying in a bad way, but it will be different. Absolute sure.
I agree. Absolutely agree. I think also certain players as well. I think that this season might be the last one. I mean, obviously, Danny here on Stone Johnson. I think has a big year next year. I think for me, I know obviously we've said that the last couple of years he's been obviously stepped up and done well, especially during our treble year. But this year, injuries been a pain in the ass for him. He hasn't really got consistency he wants to get. I think it's a big summer for everyone. I think summer is going to be if Pep does stay, it's a huge season for everyone. Places are up for grabs. It's going to be a real change up, I reckon. I'm not saying everyone's big exodus, but whoever does go this summer, and next summer it's going to be a huge change. I think people got to be prepared, but actually be prepared for that. Don't worry about a massive signing right now. Look at the squad itself. The squad's going to be a lot different in the next 2 or 3 years. Just focus on that, on who we bring in. Hopefully, the club in itself knows what they need to do to get squad up for it next year for our potential 5P, which is crazy. I'm even saying that out loud. And obviously, FA Cup, Champions League, what we want to get again. So it's all about just go again. Got to go again next season. Must do.
I think the squad in general is good enough. Unless players leave, we don't really need to bring in that many.
No,
it's just a couple of positions we need strengthening. Like I'd say, right back, right wing. I don't think we need any more midfielders. That's mainly my priority.
Yeah, I think right back's an interesting one. Sorry, just going to say quick. Kyle Walker's had a poor season, and I think purely from what people tell me, I think it would. I don't think many would be upset if he went this summer. I don't mean to be ungrateful. He's been a brilliant signing. So just to be clear, I'm a massive fan. He's been unbelievable. But it does feel that the time is right for Walker, and perhaps somebody else should come in. Now, Walker himself has said he's not going. He said that in interviews. But Saudi interest is legit. Again, this summer, there is interest in him. Again, nice bit of head-turning money. Kyle Walker at his age does a couple of years out there, then goes to Sheffield United to finish off for a year. You know, who would blame him? I certainly wouldn't.
A left back. The thing is, right, left back.
Yeah, I was thinking left back as well.
The thing is, for me, if I wanted 2 dream signings, either Alfonso Davies or Diego Hernandez, but the problem is 2 other clubs that is Davies signing a new deal or is he leaving? I'm not sure what's going on with that. I'm hearing a lot of reports about his contracts or leaving. I'm not sure.
The thing with Davies is I don't really rate him defensively. He's good going forward, but I'm not sure he'd be good enough defensively in the Premier League. The same way Cancelo was awful at defending in the Premier League.
Yeah. I think Guardiola, look, Pep loves him out there. He was up there with our player of the season for the second half of the season. You know,
definitely.
Top 3, I would say. Rodri, Foden, or Foden, Rodri, and then him for the second half. Phenomenal player, 21, or he's maybe 22 now, but he is. I know I'm a fanboy. I get shit for this all the time. I love Guardiola, and he's amazing out on the left. He's as good going forward as he is. He's brilliant defending. He's brilliant going forward. He's even bloody doing back heels through midfield towards the end. I love
long shots at elbow.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think he's too good to play at centre half, and he's probably going to be phased into midfield at some point to do the John Stones position.
Oh, mate.
Yeah.
But he is too good on the ball. He's too strong at attacking and defending to just be stuck in centre half. Like we need to find a way to get Guardiola involved in midfield, I think.
Yeah.
Big up City TV. Honestly, I think in a bit you'll also be on there in a bit, Tone. Obviously, we'll I think Luke or someone put a link to obviously the stream. I've got to work out how to do redirect. I'm still new to StreamYard, so bear with me on that one. But anyone wants to link to the stream, make sure put it in there after the stream so you can go over and watch obviously him and Tone. Or is it you two, or is it just someone else? Or
is it what? Sorry,
is it just you two on the stream, or is it just someone else as well?
I think it's just us that I know of, but Luke might have asked someone else. But yeah,
no worries. That's cool, no worries, man. But just we'll end off properly in a bit as well. We'll sort of it's been a very, very, very big stream today. A lot of chat about legal stuff, transfers. You know, it's only 4th of June.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Absolutely, the right is definitely inbound. Absolutely, and it's going to be coming right up to the cartel stores. I'll tell you that. But honestly, big up Tone over coming on. Absolutely appreciate you being here, mate. Honestly, it's been wonderful to have a chat with you about all things City and legal stuff. It's been good. And
I just wanted to say thank you so much for having me on. You're doing a great job, lads. All 3 of you. I know Alex isn't here. But I've watched, as you know, I've watched your other shows, and I really appreciate having me on. I'd love to come on again soon when you can have me and this terrific show again. Well done.
Thank you very much, mate. We'll definitely bring Alex on at some point. The four of us in here discussing and stuff. I think we'll wait probably to a bit more time with a bit more news. I think right now is a bit like this news stuff here and there. Apart obviously today, massive big bombastic explosion happened today. But we'll definitely talk more transfer when we get more news. Obviously, get towards the, like July time and that, and before preseason starts. But definitely do it. We'll pen it in because obviously I think we're getting on. I'll definitely reveal this now. We're having a Marston on soon at some point. It should be good. I'm not sure when it's going to be. Got to work out a certain date for it. Might be in 2 weeks' time, depending on whatever. I've got to have Alex back to discuss. So obviously this was this week itself at some point. But we'll definitely have more guests. I think we're going to have Luke on as well at some point as well. So a lot more stuff to look forward to this summer, which is good. But honestly though, Tone, thank you so much for coming on and being a real big fan of the shows at the very start. We really appreciate it, mate. Thank you so much.
Pleasure, mate. Pleasure. Thank you.
Everyone who's been in the stream, liked, subscribed. Obviously, it's about almost 1,700 people right now over Twitter and YouTube right now, live right now, which is incredible. Thank you guys so much for that. Honestly, it's our best stream so far. And it's only going to get better and better. Trust me, we've got so much more coming up this summer and towards next season. And we also do appreciate it. Obviously, towards 1,000 subscribers hopefully by the end this year. Obviously, that's the hope. We've got what happens between now and then. But we really appreciate all the support from everyone. And yeah. Anything else you want to add, Danny, at all before we end it all?
No, just going to echo what you said. Thank you, everyone, for your support. And we'll see you next week.
Awesome. Well, very much everyone for tuning in, and we'll see you next week for the next big podcast. Cheers, guys. Thank you.
Take care.